प्रकृतेर गुण सम्मूढ़ा सज्जन्ते गुण कर्मसु तान कृत्स्नविदो मंदान कृत्स्नविन्न विचालयेत. Hello friends, this is the 29th shlok of the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Prakarter guna sammudha, which means attached to the qualities of the nature, a foolish person, sajjante gun karmasu, which means is engaged in the deeds with qualities. Tana kritsna vido, which means they with incomplete knowledge. Mandan kritsna vin, which means slow in understanding complete knowledge. Na vichalayet, which means should not try to agitate them. So in this shlok, Sri Krishna is telling Arjun that the people who are foolish, they are not able to distinguish the difference between the qualities and the action, and because of this they are getting confused with the qualities, and because they are attached to their actions, this confusion basically confuses their whole intellect. They do not have very good understanding of the whole world, how things are acting, and in their slow understanding they can easily get agitated. And so the wise people, they should be very careful with them, especially in terms of sharing the truth, because they are already confused, they are biased, and because of that they might get agitated quite a lot. So basically the thing is that people have qualities, and in their qualities they are so confused that they do not really have the capacity to grasp the truth, because they are not neutral. They look at this world from their point of view, and because of this attachment to their own actions and attachment to their qualities, they are not really able to get the complete picture, and thus they become biased. So these are the kind of peoples who do not have a very good knowledge of this world, and so if you were to really go after them and give them the true knowledge, then this might agitate them, and so the wise people must be very careful in this regard. So there are the word qualities that have been mentioned in past three shloks. So in this shlok, let us first understand what the qualities are, and then we can understand how this bias actually comes in. So in the Sankhya philosophy, it is said that this nature acts through three qualities, which are sattva, rajas, and tamas, where sattva is basically the state of equilibrium, rajas is the state of activity, and tamas is the state of inaction. So in this universe, all the activities that are happening, they are all happening through these three qualities. So as an example, when a child is born, then the child grows in size. So this is the activity of rajas that happens, because there is activity, the child is growing. As the child becomes adult, now he has attained the adulthood, so he has attained maturity, and so this is the state of sattva, where he has reached equilibrium. And then there is the state of old age, where the body starts to degrade, and so this is the state of tamas, where the body is now becoming slow and basically is degrading. So this is how all the things uh, progress in this universe, and these qualities actually are associated with everyone. And the problem is that people are not really able to distinguish when they are in which quality, and this is what creates the confusion. So let's say that a society is in a social decay, and because of this social decay there are a lot of suffering happening in the society, and to overcome this, a new sect actually rises. So this sect starts working towards removing the evils that are present in the society. So because of this, they start to make an effort. This is the process of activity, and the sect is in the rajas state. As it helps the people of its society improve, the people in the society accept this sect quite a lot, and the sect becomes popular. This is basically the state of sattva, where the sect has basically achieved its goal, and it is working towards sustaining the society and maintaining it in the right way. And then later on, as the environmental situations change, and this sect is not able to change according to that situation, because the followers of this sect are too attached to the past glories of this sect, then what happens is that the sect goes into tamas, because now it is not really adapting to the changing environment, so it has gone in the direction of inaction. So that is how a sect can progress. Now in this situation, when the sect is going through the degradation in the later half, since the people who follow this sect are too attached to its past glory, they are unable to really adapt to the changing situations, and they are not able to realize that they are now not in sattva but are in tamas. Because they are too attached to the past glories, they are completely blind to the changes that have happened. They are not ready to adapt to it, and they are basically confused. So if somebody now comes and tells them that, you should change your situation because the world has changed, then these people might not like it, and they might get very agitated. So this is how problems actually happen. But Sri Krishna is telling over here that a wise person should be very careful. These people are too attached to their situation, and because of this, they are confused. Their intellect is slow. They do not really understand the whole truth. And if you were to go and tell them about this thing, they might get offended and agitated. So a wise person should not really go after them and agitate them. The only thing that a wise person should do is basically try his level best to spread the truth as much as possible. People will then slowly catch it up and then maybe realize the whole thing. But the effort that you spend in terms of really bringing these foolish people back into the right place is not a good use of the effort of a wise person. That is what Shri Krishna is telling over here. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.